Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to the Cypher Newsroom, your place to come to talk everything Creative Cypher, Excel Fest, the industry, film, entertainment, media as a whole. I am blessed to be sitting here with the lovely Taylor Shaw. I know her as T Shaw, but I'm going to let her introduce herself to you all. Full transparency. Taylor is one of my closest friends since high school. So anything I say today, I can also assure you it is not from personal bias. I'm just putting that out there in true journalism fashion. It is absolutely because her work speaks for itself, her character speaks for itself. We have so many amazing things to announce to you all as we're approaching XL Fest this August. And with that, Taylor, please introduce yourself and make sure you tell the people everything about all the initiatives you have going on and who you are.
Hey, y'all. I am so happy, Cindy. Thank you, one, for inviting me to be a part of Excel and Creative Cipher and everything that y'all have cooking. I just have to say that I am so impressed. So, filmmakers, I'm super excited to be connecting with y'all through everything that the team has moving. I myself am an artist, creative entrepreneur. I founded the studio, BWA Studios, an animation studio that has worked with the likes of Hulu, Netflix, HBO, really working to improve the conditions and support for diverse talent in animation and beyond. And now in partnership with Excel, sharing a lot more about Kickstarter, where I head up the film division, and really just excited to share more about all of the funding and distribution opportunities that we're going to be talking about at Excel Fest this August.
I'm excited, and I'm so excited that I realized I forgot to introduce myself to the people. So, if I can piggyback off Taylor, I'm Cindy Beasley. I produce the podcast here at Creative Cypher for Excel Fest. I am also a producer in general in the media industry, digital web series, podcasts, talk shows. I own a production company as well, Morely Simple Productions. And then from time to time, I get on the other side of the camera, like I am right now, as a host and moderator. So, Taylor, thank you for sharing your intro with me. Moving so fast. Excited to have my girl here. I'm acting like I don't know how this goes. So, you mentioned a lot, which means we have a lot to talk about. I know the main attraction, we want to announce officially the Excel Fest and Kickstarter 2025 partnership. But before we get into that, can you just lay the foundation of what Kickstarter is and some of the initiatives you all have in the film industry?
Yeah, so Kickstarter is the world's leading crowdfunding and launch platform for creative projects of every size. So the company's been around for 16 years now. There is a long history of funding and launching the careers of many prolific creators like Issa Rae, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, even Nia DaCosta, who did the film Candyman, set in
Mhm.
Chicago. Candyman, now she's, directing Marvel movies. So Kickstarter has been a trusted part of the process for films at Sundance, South by Southwest, then Oscar winning, films like Hair Love, that short by Matthew Cherry that then
Mhm.
went on to be an HBO series. So the goal with me coming into the role, and also the goal for the platform at large, is to really help, especially filmmakers. Our CEO Everett Taylor, super passionate about film. So the goal is to really help filmmakers, especially in this moment in the industry, get funding. So get, your community to get behind you and support you through crowdfunding on our platform. And then also to get distribution. So newly, like super fresh, we're now helping filmmakers get distribution. We have a partnership with Tubi that is super, super exciting. And with that, this October, actually, feature films that are a part of that partnership are going to be live on Tubi this fall. So that's super exciting.
That is very exciting. And I heard the inflection in your voice when it came to distribution. How would you describe the state of distribution for independent filmmakers in the industry right now?
Yeah, if there's anything that I was so happy when, I was being considered for this role, and we were talking, it was that they had plans to support redistribution. And I just really appreciate Kickstarter as a platform that has always helped filmmakers in the last, couple decades,
Yeah.
understanding where we are in this moment. And is that it's challenging for folks who are, whether you're A-list or emerging, it's hard for everybody to get distribution right now. I was at Sundance earlier this year, and there's A-list talent that is legacy to, especially to the Black community. They're saying, hey, I'm not getting distribution. So the answer is green light yourself. Why wait?
Mm,
Don't wait. The only people who are going to make it through this time on top are the people who are like, that I'm going to make my
mm.
work, I'm going to rally community around it. Then I own a relationship with my audience. Then it makes distribution, whether you self distribute or partner with a distribution, source or platform or studio, makes it so much easier because you're starting to own the relationship with your audience. So that's why the inflection for me goes up when we start talking about distribution, because it's like, take advantage of this moment, y'all. Greenlight yourself. Don't wait for anybody to tell you, oh, the industry is going to pick back up in another 6 months. Oh, it's going to pick up in another 2 years. Oh, you keep waiting, you're just never going to make the thing. So make the thing.
I can appreciate that. I think I love how you explained it doesn't really matter if you're A-list or D-list. It's hard out here right now. So giving people that affirmation, letting them know you got to do it yourself. But I also appreciate that you all are putting your money where your mouth is. Hey, Kickstarter, like we're here to help with this distribution issue. So talk to me a little bit more about how you're using Tubi to do that and what kind of projects you all are looking for a little bit more specifically. I know you mentioned like some feature films, but like, what are some guidelines or something that will make your eyes pop and say like, oh, they're good for this?
Yeah, so we're working with the team at Tubi that handles features, indie features. So we are looking for 80 minutes films that'll be ready to go on the platform in October. So that means the film is either in post-production or in a marketing phase, and it can go up this fall. Those are the films we're looking for to start. Genre-wise, special plus for horror, thriller, anything that is attracting a Gen Z audience. Those will be ones that are really going to be at the forefront for us. And this container, and why it's so exciting, is it's a rolling opportunity. So even if your film is
Oh,
not ready
nice.
for October, yeah, even if it's not ready
Yeah.
for October, you can still, reach out, submit to our application, and you'll be able to have your film review by myself and our team. And so the overall, this is going to be a container on their platform. So just like when you go on to Tubi now or any streaming platform, there's a carousel of a certain projects. We're really excited to offer up this opportunity to filmmakers. And the reality is, y'all are talented. A lot of you all could get yourself, on several different platforms. But the reality of the industry right now is like it's not happening for so many people. So what we're doing right now is leveraging our brand equity, our who we are, to say, hey, we support independent filmmakers, to be partner with us, and they stepped up and made that happen. So super excited also that they are offering grants via our Forward Fund initiative. They're offering grants to 10 films that will then go live on the platform this October. So if you have a feature film, that fits that criteria, or you're just like, look, my film is so dope, it don't even have to be in that criteria, I know that they will want it, please send it over, because we are really excited to receive it and then be supportive to filmmakers.
And when you say send it over, what is there a Kickstarter email they can send it to or?
Yes. So you can go to Kickstarter.com /Tubi, and the application to apply is called the Film Stream Collective. The application to apply is there. And if you want to get in touch, regardless of, to the Tubi partnership, if you want to just be running a campaign on the platform, you can reach out and connect with me directly at film@kickstarter.com. So all of the films that actually are going to go on Tubi will be running campaigns on the platform this summer.
Awesome.
So yeah, just whatever you have going, even short films, films that are documenting any genre, anything, we would love to connect with you and support, because now is really the time for filmmakers to be working with their audience to say, okay, I own this relationship. Now I can prove that, oh, 500 people, 1,000 people, whatever, will go and buy a movie ticket with me, which I could talk about that all day,
Right.
Cindy. So if we if we go down that rabbit hole, it'll be a much longer interview. But yeah.
That just means I got to bring you back to the Cypher newsroom sooner than later. Because listen, I want to hear all about it. And I think this all fits so perfectly into the mission of Creative Cypher, into the mission of XL Fest. And you all are busy over there, Kickstarter, with these partnerships because we also have an official partnership for the XL Film Festival
Whoop.
2025 this year. The festival takes place in Hyde Park in Chicago, August 14th to the 23rd. I'm so excited, especially because I won't have to be talking to you virtually. My girl will be here in town, but we'll talk about that. Let's back up a bit and talk a little bit about this partnership. Just explain it to the people from your POV and tell me what you're most excited about when it comes to collaborating with Creative Cypher and XL Fest.
I am just genuinely so impressed with what you all have been able to build and accomplish over the years and the global nature of the network. And so, what I'm really interested in, and a Kickstarter is interested in partnering with XL this year, is getting directly in front of the ambitious filmmakers that you all attract. So, filmmakers, I'm gonna be on the ground. Please, let's meet up, coffees, I'll be doing a panel. Would love for you all to be there and learn more about what we're building together, Kickstarter and XL. But really, we are together building a greater pipeline in Chicago, of course, but also globally, because Troy is hitting the ground all over.
Isn't he?
Yes, and so we're building a pipeline where you all get regular access to me, regular access to the resources that are available at Kickstarter, and we just get you into that funnel. What I was really telling Troy, Cindy, and the team is I'm very interested in you all building Kickstarter into your production company model. And you early in your career, you're like, I don't have my LLC or whatever, my production company. It doesn't matter. Where you're building a slate. So just really baking Kickstarter in, because I do think that crowdfunding is going to be an essential part of the future of you all getting all of your creative visions and bringing those to life. So the ambitious network that Excel has, Cindy, I'm really excited to support filmmakers with resources.
We're excited to share it with you. And I love that you use the term pipeline because I think ultimately what Troy has done, what every contributor to Creative Cypher and Excel Fest has done over the years is truly work to build a foundation. And these foundations turn into roads, they turn into pathways. And then we start building up and elevating creatives, filmmakers, producers, just everyone in this sphere to really kind of get the recognition, that creatives that look just like us not only deserve but are working for. I mean, we're working not just even for the recognition but also for the resources, for the accolades, like our content. I think people talk about it all the time, like Black culture is literally at the root of so much in pop culture, and to just have our stories be told, I'm very grateful to be a part as well. It's super exciting seeing worlds collide. Like, I know Taylor, like I said, from my personal life, but one of the things that I want to talk about, and I think should it kind of merges into the XL Fest and its purpose, even though you all have an official capacity there, is Black Women Animate. You just breezed over BWA Studios earlier. Talk to the people a little bit about what BWA is, and some of the work that you've done, because you threw in those big names of big networks, but it's been real work on the ground with them. So tell me about it.
Yes. So I started and founded Black Women Anime some years ago now. I think
Some time ago,
almost,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Cindy was there from the beginning. So almost a decade. And with the goal of, actually, at the time I wanted to make a Black girl version of the Boondocks. Could and I wanted to work with Black
Remember
female
that?
animators, right, you remember. I wanted to work with Black female animators, couldn't find one, and I was even more specific at the time. I was like, they got to be from the south side of Chicago. Couldn't find one. And so that's what grew the studio. I am based in Brooklyn, was working in New York, and I started to meet all of these awesome, just awesome artists, Black female artists, and say, hey, if there was a studio that existed, we could come together and make cool work. Would y'all want to work there? And so that was how the company came to be. And we went on to we've done really great work with Hulu. We did a great series for an activation that they did called Monuments, honoring Mrs. Coretta Scott King and Ruth Bader Ginsburg and other monumental women. We recently worked on the Netflix documentary Stamped from the Beginning, some HBO documentary work, and the A&E James Brown documentary series. So all of that work really kind of perfectly merges and aligns with this what we're building here at Kickstarter. And I think why they wanted to have me on is that creative entrepreneur hustle that comes from Chicago. And really this desire to see us winning and to see us be telling our own stories and creating the narrative. So at BWA now, as that continues, actually dipping our toes more into live action, which is also a passion of mine. But overall, just I'm excited for how everything is kind of coming together right now for those who are going to tell their stories no matter what, for us to really thrive. It's like, let's do it, y'all. Let's make things shake and really apply ourselves and build our own.
Love that. And I love that you are literally a walking, breathing example of everything that you're saying. Like, we have these big dreams. We know it's not easy. If distribution and resources and deals and partnerships are hard now, imagine how hard they were almost a decade ago when this literal young Black girl from the south side of Chicago is trying to make it happen. So I hope that people watching understand and can see that you are a testimony to this. And so now, being on the other side, I just want to say on behalf of them, thank you for being an example of also giving back. And like, listen, like I said, Kickstarter's busy. I got a Tubi partnership. We got XL Fest coming up. You mentioned that you will be in person, that you'll be speaking on a panel. So I don't want to get too much into what you may be talking about there, because I need people to come on out. We're going to flash it. Make sure y'all get y'all tickets. Like I said, it's August 14th to the 23rd. But if we could just take a moment after everything you just described that you worked on, that you're passionate about, that Kickstarter is initiating and taking on this partnership with Creative Cypher for, what what's the a key piece of advice you'd give to some creatives and filmmakers out there that, even with everything we just put in front of them, still feel like they don't know which way to go?
Mm-hmm. Number one piece of advice is find your voice and the stories only you can tell. And I believe people, maybe you've heard that before, but it is so true. There is a story as storytellers. There are stories that we know that we're the only people that can tell them in the ways that we can. If you don't know that story just yet, that story is that, hey, this is the one that I know, like, it is on my heart and spirit that this has to come from me, then keep searching for that
Yeah.
story. Because when you know that's there, that is, you have to be rooted in that to keep going through this industry and to keep trying to persevere and make it happen. So the story has to be at the core. You have to just love it, love it, love it so much that every no doesn't even matter, because you know it's going to happen, because you just have to do it. um and then two, resources. Be resourced, meaning it doesn't matter if you have literally $0. Like, I moved to New York, right, without a job. And I remember Cindy, so I think we were in downtown Chicago. She was sending me off one day. She's like, you got to do it, girl. And I was like,
You got
what's
to.
gonna happen? But truly, like, it doesn't matter if you're starting at zero. The greatest resource I think we have is our ability to dream and imagine and surround yourself with people who can inspire you to not only keep going, but that can share resources. And then you can also be a resource. So Excel Fest, everything that Creative Cypher is doing, this conversation that Cindy and I are having, resource. Where else are conversations happening that are a resource? I know that Creative Cipher also helps um, with SAG stuff, and also,
Yes.
equipment resources and all of it. Those are resources that they're working really hard to make sure that you get. So instead of being like, oh, I have $0, or I only have the 10,000 and I need another 150,000 to make my movie. what resources do you have? Actor friends. So resources coming from a, I guess number two would just overall be an abundance mindset of I am resource, and then find those resources because they are there and people do want to support you.
So my takeaway from that is believe in yourself. Don't let those little voices in the back of your head or what could go wrong or what you're not seeing take over, because it's all crap. You can do it. Like you said, this conversation is proof of that. And I'm so proud of everybody who's yet to do it because I know you will. So that was amazing. Tay, any last thoughts, words you want to share, just anything that you're looking forward to? Are you going to be able to stay around when you come in town for the fest? Like, what are you looking forward to doing in Chicago other than coming in and speaking at the panel?
Yes, kissing my niece.
Oh,
I know my Savannah banana. So she just turned 1. So being with family, friends, of course, and also just at the festival too, outside of like the panel work stuff, just seeing people's work always keeps me fueled and inspired. So just consuming the art. So I can't wait to see y'all's films. If you want to send links also to
yeah.
film at Kickstarter.com. I just love watching people's work and supporting in that way. So yeah, lots to be excited about.
That is exciting. And we wouldn't be true Southside Chicagoans if I didn't ask about food. So it's one thing you got to eat when you come home this August.
We always do a pizza tour. Always a pizza tour. We
Mm,
order a couple different pizzas to the house. I think right now what I'm craving is Italian Fiesta and Home Run In. So I'm gonna need both
okay.
of those locked and loaded.
I love that for you. Well, like I said, we'll see you in August. Everybody watching XL Fest is August 14th to the 23rd. Please get your tickets now at creativecipher.org/XL-fest. If you want to connect with Taylor before then, but I hope you will come connect with her in person, hit her up at film@kickstarter.com. Don't forget to look more into the Tubi opportunities that they have on the table for you over there. And with that, I mean, this has truly been a pleasure. I was so excited to see you. I didn't even want to tell the people who I was. So thank you so much for your time. Taylor, you are a very booked and busy woman. Some people just say that, but I know it applies to you. So we appreciate you carving out some time in your schedule. We are so excited to officially announce this partnership. I can't wait to see you and give you a hug, girlfriend.
Woo! I cannot wait. Thank you, Sin. And yeah, let's get it. So appreciate you.
Let's do it. See ya. Let me close us out.